Greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Midweek War! It's me, Mad Mike, and we are here to talk some 205 Live, and with me, as always, is the one and only Sorgatron. How are you, Sorg?
Hey, welcome to the flippiest podcast on the internet.
I don't know if that's necessarily accurate.
Wait till you see my finale.
Okay. All right, well, we will look forward to that. Sorg, this is wrestling of a light person nature. You know how we do.
I know it isn't. I know what it means, but it sounds racist when you say it that way.
Oh no!
What do you got against people that don't weigh 300 pounds?
I have nothing. I used to be one of those people.
What do you have against people that can fit comfortably on an airplane seat?
Hey, airplane seats have gotten a little bit wider. All right, they're fine. They're fine.
How can you be that way against people that can fit in the stowaway area of said airplane?
Sorg, I know you're new to this. I think you've been doing airplanes wrong.
Oh shit! That's why that plane to Thailand was so rough.
Yeah, it's not like the plane to Thailand you take in the original Street Fighter.
No. Speaking of high spots, shout outs to our good friend Matt Light. Just saw an amazing set with him tonight at Pittsburgh Improv. He sold it out. Friend of the show. Check out his interview on the Indie Mayhem show, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You may know him as the guy that you always see that gave the Stone Cold Stunner to the comedy venue's promoter that made Good Morning America. So,
okay, all right. Well, Sorg, let's get into 205 Live. What is your one word for 205 Live this week, Sorg?
My one word for 205 Live is selfie.
Selfie.
As in self-interview.
Oh, okay. I got it. I think we could call that a self-cast.
Yeah, I like that.
A self-cast.
I like that. Self-cast.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. Anyway, my word this week is illusions. It's an illusion, Michael.
It's breaking me because that was actually the subject of our mindfulness podcast for Fishing Without Bait.
It's all about unintended synergy, Sorg.
Yay.
Sorg, what was your good for 205 Live this week?
Wait. I'm sorry. Okay, right now my good is I'm liking how it's actually listed Akira Tozawa defeats local competitor on the website.
Yes.
Local
competitor. No, that was actually his name. His name was Local Competitor. I believe he was of Hispanic descent.
I swear I watched the show, but a lot of this feels new to me.
No, I'm going to agree with you. 205 Live was not. It was fun while watching it, but easily the most forgettable thing.
Well, I mean, we go through a lot of wrestling, but Sasha Banks with the DiGiorno is like a hot Saturday night for me. Anyways, moving on.
It's not delivery; it's the boss.
Indeed.
Why is that not the catchphrase?
Oh yeah, he knocked that guy the F out. That's right. He kind of looks like Trent Beretta. Mm-hmm. So good for maybe Trent Beretta being back on WWE.
That wasn't Trent Beretta, because they would have called him Trent Beretta.
No, because everybody forgot his name.
No, they only forgot the last one, or they couldn't.
What's the question again? What are we saying?
What was your good this week, Sorg?
Oh no, you know what? I did like. We had the interview. We did have Neville and Mustafa Ali.
Which was a baller match.
Which is a great match. And again, this is a, Neville looking strong going to his thing, but that doesn't mean you have to give it to him. And Mustafa Ali gave it to him instead. Mm-hmm. And that's great. I love it. I love that we're doing this. I love that we're not doing these placeholder matches just to have a placeholder matches kind of thing. Even though you know the outcome, is probably going to be X. They can do X, Y, and Z in the middle of the match.
Mm-hmm. Sorg, they did a move that to this point, I've only seen one person do it, and I didn't actually see that person do it because it was my EFED character from like back in 2006. They did a top rope Spanish fly. That was literally the finisher of one of my EFED characters back in 2006.
They did,
Yes.
which was just like, you don't see a Spanish fly in WWE.
Well, I know Mustafa Ali has done it, but it's always been like on the ground. But he did. It was like, I think it was a springboard one too. Like he just popped up there, Spanish fly. And I'm like, did he just hit the "But For Now Sleep" by Brock Goodman of my EFED character of 2008? Like, it's ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous match. All right, but my good, Brian Kendrick, our teacher. Teacher, Brian Kendrick. After the Tozawa segment where he beat Local Competitor, or possibly Trent Beretta, we don't know who it was. They didn't say. Brian Kendrick is disguised as a security guard and attacks Tozawa.
Yes,
because he's the best.
And fooled the announcers for a hot minute. Why is that security guard tackling him?
I really hope these guys get a showcase match at WrestleMania, or at the very least on the pre-show. I want to. No, it won't be on TakeOver because they would have announced it for TakeOver because TakeOver's only got 4 matches. I want to see this on the WrestleMania pre-show. I think they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they deserve it because this has been, I personally feel, a better storyline than the Gallagher Arya Daivari stuff. Mm-hmm. Because Kendrick is such a strong guy on the microphone, like, and just his character, he knows his gimmick. Like Gallagher was just getting his feet wet. Daivari was kind of just getting his feet wet. Brian Kendrick knows exactly who he is and why he is there, and it's awesome.
And on top of that, am I confusing with Raw? Did TJ Perkins and Tony Nese not also have a barn burner match to open the show?
Yeah, that was that. Yeah,
like this was some hot wrestling going on here.
Mm-hmm. All right, we'll sort, but not every show is perfect. We know this. So, what is your bad this week for 205 Live?
It's really hard to narrow down, to be quite honest. That my bad is we didn't identify a local competitor. Question mark.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I can go. It was such a good show.
That's fine. My bad's actually going to be the first match. Okay. Not that it wasn't good in quality.
Yeah.
It just it didn't make sense for me. Like they've been saying that there's a rivalry between Tony Nese and TJ Perkins. I'm like, where? Like neither of these guys have had any mic time to even build that up somewhat. I don't know. I just feel like they could have used this time better.
Maybe it's one of those things where, you know, these guys have kind of fought each other a lot and we just kind of forgot about it. It's like maybe they become like a Kofi and Dolph kind of thing, you know, or you know, Sheamus and Cesaro things. Like, really, you guys are fighting again? Except we forgot they're fighting again because there's so much other wrestling to keep our attention. Oh man, I gotta see Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. Sorry, distraction. But you know, I mean, I think that's it. Or maybe we're in the back. These guys got a rivalry because they're 2 top competitors. You know, I know there was a little play, and again, it all meshes together. Unfortunately, in my head, if it was 205 Live or Raw, about like TJ says he's like the ultimate, you know, cruiserweight champ because he's the first and everything, and CWC and everything, right? Mm-hmm. So a little bit of cockiness from there and everything like that. So I mean, it's good. I soured on TJ for a little bit here, but I'm coming back around between this and him popping up against Nakamura a few weeks ago on NXT. Like it's reaffirming my faith in TJP.
Well, him showing up against Nakamura, I think, helped him out a lot because he got to play the heel. I think he works so much better as a heel.
Got to be a little bit different.
But there are too many heels on 205 Live. And that's the problem. Like, there are too
I
many
get-
heels on 205 Live.
You can always wear a mask and a bodysuit and get a really offensive name.
We're gonna talk about that guy a little later.
Oh.
Yeah. So Sorg, if you could change something about 205 Live, would it have to do with local competitor?
Well, let me review my notes here again. Yes, it would have to do with local competitor. Sorry. No, I would have made Brian Kendrick the camera guy.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Sorry, I don't have much of a change for this.
Okay. All right. I mean, it was 2 long matches. My change would be we need to do something to make the backstage interaction between Rich Swann and Noam Dar not seem so forced. Because the whole thing with Alicia Fox, like Noam Dar is great because he's supposed to be awkward. But I don't buy for 1 second that Rich Swann is the guy that's sending Alicia Fox stuff. Like, unless it's not him and it's someone completely different, like Grand Metalik suddenly got a crush on her, and I don't know. Because where's that guy been?
Yeah, I know, right? He's not even on Mayhem Mania anymore.
Yeah, I think once Austin Aries got cleared, they're just like, oh, you know what? This guy's a lot better. Let's just wait.
Perhaps.
But yeah, that would be my change. I want that backstage segment to have a little bit more substance to it. Like, just be a little less forced. I know it's an awkward situation that those guys are all being put in, especially since I think they substituted Rich Swann in because Cedric Alexander got injured.
Right, absolutely. So they had
because it does seem like a WWE thing to do. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm just saying,
both equally talented athletes that can pull this off and have a ton of charisma.
Absolutely, yeah. That's the reason. That is the reason.
I mean, they're so similar in their level of talent that you can barely tell them apart.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm
going to end this metaphor discussion right now.
Yes. All right. So Sorg, rankings out of the 2 shows you watched this week, where do you put 205 Live?
Man, just on talent alone, I think it's number 1.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going the same way. Number 1 for 205 Live, just because that main event is stellar. Because I'll be honest, like the Perkins Nese match, bored me a little bit, not because it was bad, just because it didn't have a point. And especially going into WrestleMania, I like everything to have a point.
Right.
But that Neville match had a point. There was even a reason that the match happened, because Mustafa Ali pushed him last week, like when he was walking to the ring. Boom! That's literally all I require for a setup for a story, for a setup for a match. That's literally all I require. Like, and Neville explained, like, I'm going after Mustafa Ali because he disrespected me, and I'm gonna make him kneel before the King of the Cruiserweights. Done. It's literally it. Tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme. He shoved me in the back. Neville, Mustafa tastes defeat.
Right.
Kinda? Maybe? All right, never mind. Sorg, where can the good people of the internet find you?
SorgatronMedia.com. Drop in, say hi. Sorgatron on the Twitters, on the Instagrams. I don't Snapchat much anymore. And just hang out with me on the Wrestling Mayhem Show group on the Facebook. Patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show if you want to support the show. And check out our friends IndieWrestling.us or click the link for the Fight TV app on WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Alrighty, and you can find me at MadMike4883 on the Twitter machine. Also, hit me up with the hashtag MM on @Mayhem Show when I live tweet shows such as TNA, which I do every night, so I don't accidentally bash my brain in while I'm watching the show. Also, please feel free to go to our YouTube page. Check out my new series, 32 Manias of Mike. They are all in the can, Sorg. They're all in the can.
Was there like one I have to schedule now?
Yes, Sorg, I am doing math on this, and on the Mayhem Show on Tuesday, there's going to be a lot of stats. There's going to be a lot of stats, Sorg.
Stats and Jinx.
Yes.
Jinx will be joining us, a new up-and-comer with the IWC International Wrestling Cartel, Tuesday at Wrestling Mayhem Show on the Facebook Live and live.wrestlingmayhemshow.com. If I remember to embed it this time. I forgot last week. There's a lot going on.
Excellent. I enjoy her work on Teen Titans Go. It's a character on Teen Titans Go, Jinx. Just saying.
I haven't gotten that far in Go. I wonder if it's familiar.
She was in Teen Titans too. It's okay. All right. Anyway, we're wrapping up. So for Sorgatron, I'm Mad Mike, and this has been your Midweek War.